People who have never had to ask for help have needed it this past year. The pandemic took food insecurity to another level.
Here to talk about who has needed help and how they've been able to provide it are Robin Lamott Sparks of End Hunger Connecticut and Paula Kelly, president of the Farmington Food Bank. Good morning, both of you. Thank you for joining us. Happy New Year. And Ms. Kelly, could you tell us, you're a veteran volunteer at the Farmington Food Bank. What did you see in 2020 that you had not seen before?
Well, our numbers have been increasing over the years since I've been volunteering. But this year, we had to completely redo our model. It was a client choice model where they could actually come in and choose what they wanted. But we had to stop that, obviously, in March. So we had to completely rethink our model and go to a drive-up situation, which we're still currently doing. So the numbers, and then that allowed people that can't drive, that added another layer. So we've started with the town's cooperation, delivering some bags to people. So that's been a lot of changes, trying to keep up with the need.
Any idea the number of the increase in the number of people you've served in 2020 compared to the year before?
They have to be pre-approved to come to the pantry by the town. We're sitting at over 200 families that are eligible to come.
Ms. Lamott Sparks.
So it's been go ahead.
Sorry, just Ms. Lamott Sparks, what's the big picture in Connecticut, if you can quantify?
Well, I think there's people who are hungry this time around for a recession that haven't faced this before. And we've seen that all over the state. We hear it from pantries regularly. We run a SNAP call center that gives assistance to folks to apply. And we normally got about 450 calls a month. At the height of everything in August, we had 100 calls a day. So from October of 19 to September of 2020, we did 20,000 phone calls that came through our call center. And we expect that to exceed for next year. I think what's really been unusual in this one is that there's people who still have jobs, so they don't qualify for unemployment. They just have reduced hours, lost commission, something, all those things, but they still have a mortgage. They may have 2 student loan payments. They may have 2 car payments, and they have kids. The one thing they can get easily is food. So the demand for food, because people have to choose, especially in the winter, you're going to pay your electric bill or you're going to eat. That's not really a choice you want to make when you have children.
What other programs, Ms. Lamott Sparks, what other programs are available for Connecticut residents?
Well, I think SNAP is really the big one. It's something we're really excited that the COVID bill is including an increase for it, because we know for every dollar in SNAP that is spent, it generates $1.79 in economic activity locally. So we know that helps to keep people to work as well as feeding families. So there's SNAP that's available for older adults. There's a number of different seniors programs. There's WIC for families with children. There's a number of federal programs. They're all based on income, but there is assistance out there, and local communities have stepped up uniquely all over the state in ways they're doing things. And then lastly, for people who have kids under the age of 18, there are school meals, and they're free. And they're universal pretty much right now. So you can just call your school district to find out when they're available, and you can pick up food for your children every day.
Ms. Kelly, how are you doing? How are the people that you work with doing? It must take a real emotional toll on you.
It has been difficult. Part of the challenge we've had is a lot of our volunteers have had to step away because of their age or possible exposures. So we've had to reinvent and recruit new volunteers that were willing. So we are running on a skeleton crew now, but they've been fabulous. Just coming in, and we put the bags, we pre-pack them, and we put them in the cars as they drive up. But you can tell, you watch the strain, both from individuals driving up as well as our volunteers. We're a good core group, but it's tough. It's tough to watch.
And Ms. Kelly, where does the food come from that you distribute in your community?
That upended our model. Normally, we received about 70% of our food from donations, and we were advised early on to not accept donations for a variety of reasons, but we purchase it now. We are a member of Food Share, so we purchase from Food Share. We also have some accounts set up with the donations that we've been fortunate to get in. We purchase from some local stores and food distribution operations.
Ms. Lamott Sparks, are there any changes that have taken place due to the pandemic that you see staying in place afterwards?
Well, I would love for the school meals to stay free year round and just every child gets to eat. I think that's just something that we'd love to see happening because it supports our children and our families all across the country. I think there's been cross-sector participation and cooperation that we haven't seen before that's so needed. No issue is in a silo. So hunger, health, housing, they're all related. And I think people are really working together now. And then we've just recently, with the work from local pantries, they had come to us because we're sort of a neutral party and said, we're like, Paula just said, we have to go out and purchase food on our own because the food banks give us a ton and we get a lot, but it's not enough. So we're setting up a wholesale cooperative so the pantries can leverage their funding. We just received an innovation grant to try to set that up. We're the first one in the country. So it'll help everybody in the emergency food world that's at the local level.
Well, thank you both so much for being with us, and thank you for all the work that you're doing for so many people. And let's hope that 2021 is a better year.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
We're all hoping that.
Thank you. Theaters or museums are meant to be seen in person, but that hasn't been possible over the past year.
Can arts organizations hold on until it's safe to reopen? We're exploring that after the break.